Hi, I'm John DeBella, and this is your Classic Rock Update. And we start this week with a ghost story. Pete Townshend says that he was visited by the ghost of none other than Les Paul last September in a Pittsburgh hotel. He says he was asleep in his room when all of a sudden he felt this figure being there. And there, as he woke up, saw across the room a body of a man holding the most gorgeous Les Paul guitar he had ever seen in his life, nodding his head as if in mourning. Townshend freaked out. He leaned forward and looked at the guy, who said, "You have little respect for the instrument that brought you so much fame." So Townshend turns and he grabs the only thing he could, his custom Les Paul guitar, swings it across the room. There's nobody there. He hits the wall, hits a chair, breaks the guitar. That's Pete Townshend. This is an update on two stories we told you about before and a little twist between the two of them. In October, we told you about the Bridge School benefit where Buffalo Springfield Reform, Richie Furay, Neil Young, Stephen Stills got back together to do a performance for them. Well, now they're going out on tour. It seems the first date's going to be the Bonnaroo Festival in Tennessee sometime between the 9th and 12th of April, and then come the fall, full-blow tour from Buffalo Springfield. Now that brought up a lot of talk from a lot of people, especially David Crosby, who's often asked, wow, wouldn't it be great to get Buffalo Springfield and the Byrds back out on the road? Well, unfortunately, Roger McGuinn says that's not going to happen. Now, according to David Crosby, him and Chris Hillman are more than willing to go back out on the road as the Byrds, but he says that Roger McGuinn is adamantly against it. That McGuinn is totally into doing his folk scene, and that's all he wants to do, so we have no chance of seeing the Byrds back together with Buffalo Springfield. But speaking of Crosby...
Would you know we're riding on the Marrakesh Express? Would you know we're riding on the Marrakesh Express? They're taking me to Marrakesh.
Now, we told you a couple of weeks ago about David Crosby and Graham Nash doing an 8-city gig out west. It was just going to be a simple little tour. Well, they've added 22 more dates to that simple little tour, and it's coming here to our area. They'll be at the Borgata on May 13th. Well, here's the match made in heaven, Peter Frampton and Captain Kirk. It seems that William Shatner is putting out another album, and according to his Facebook account, Frampton is one of the players on it. He got contacted by Shatner and he said, look, I'm all for it. The idea of playing with William Shatner would be a blast. Also on this album are Brian May, Steve Howe, Zakk Wylde, and according to the LA Times, it should be out sometime in the future. Now let's go to some time in the past where you might remember the last time we got music from William Shatner. It was that Beatles song.
Picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. Somebody calls you, you answer quite slowly. A girl with kaleidoscope eyes.
Well, that's enough of that. Let's move on to Bret Michaels, who you might recall sold his 1969 Camaro a few weeks ago, got $220,000 for it. Now he's got another car up for grabs, but this one he's giving away. It's all part of the Bret Michaels Rock Your World Super Cruise. So there you have it. Go on a cruise, maybe win a car. Now, according to his publicist, this is not the same car he was trying to sell 6 months ago. If you want to be on the cruise, double occupancy rooms start at $1,000 and go up to $5 grand. Boy, you really want a Lincoln Navigator.
People get ready. There's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. Yeah.
This is my favorite story of the week. Jeff Beck and Rod Stewart get together over Christmas in England and decide they're going to do an album together again. Now, this would be the first new music from Rod since 1998, and Jeff and him, of course, go back to the Jeff Beck Group. Last time they worked together was on People Get Ready, and this performance from 2009 shows how much they really do love each other. Now, Rod will be here in town on April 5th with Stevie Nicks, and of course, the most important show of the spring season, Jeff Beck at the Keswick on March 25th. I think I'm going. And that is your Classic Rock update for this week. We'll see you weekday mornings on the radio. Classic Rock 102.9 MGK.
I'm getting ready.
Grr.